It is time to raise the chain of electroplasm. In War of the Crows Season 2, the game where we play Blades in the Dark. And we are coming up to the penultimate, probably, score of the campaign, as the Damned Emporium try to trap Billhooks in a bind upon the harbour.
You say dark or duck?
Yes.
Yes.
Forevermore, Blade and the Duck.
Blades
Canonically.
in the
Blades in the
Dark.
Dark? Due to
Right,
a
this is-
head injury, Silas will now be communicating only through the medium
Silas will now be played by a
of
duck.
quacks and stabs.
Quacks and stabs. Quaxley.
There must be a bird-based RPG.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
oh, yes.
Ducks in the
Bugs
Dark.
only.
Ducks in the Dark.
Ducks
Darkwing
in
Duck.
the Dark is pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Writes itself.
Speaking of someone who's received press releases about every single one-page RPG project from NFT team number 888 for the last 3 years, there's definitely an Untitled Goose Game RPG.
Oof. That's kind of cool. Is
Sounds like
is Silas all caught up on where we're at?
Well,
I did catch up last week, but they may have missed some bits. I did do a bit of skimming.
is Saffron all caught up?
I'm still a bit confused by that.
As I suspected.
Let me double check my notes, see if I got it.
My
See if past me
recap
understood it.
is actually for everyone's benefit.
Now
Let's
remind
do
me, these acrobats.
Fucking hell.
I thought we were going to go talk to Timoth, wasn't we?
Lorenzo and Saffron head to talk to Timothy. Yes. We need to
Yes.
scout
Well,
the 2
let's-
towers. But yes, let's do the
Yes.
recap.
Let's do the let's do the recap. So, your plan to screw over the Billhooks, deal them another big blow, came into fruition when Hammer let slip very usefully that the old legendary fortification of Duskfall Harbour, the electroplasmic chains that go betwixt 2 of the oldest lightning towers across the mouth of the bay in case of invasion from a foreign nation, long settled into disrepute. No one has seen them for hundreds of years. But if you can raise these, you can cut off the Billhooks trade, and also turn the sort of the docks against them. Finally, you've
I think
established.
what I was struggling with, and this may come to surprise everyone, I think I was just thinking about it all too much. I think I'm just going to let it rip. You know what I mean? That's great. What you said there sounds brilliant.
You're starting to
Everything
believe.
It's not gross.
1 year in.
Love to see it. That's how you play Blades.
Yeah, I think I'm getting it, guys.
I did it. Discord, Blades Discord. I've transcendented. Wait,
Yeah,
I've
turned
transcended
Let's fucking do it.
into a Blades GM. You've established that there are these 2 lightning towers that you can see on the map, the mouth of the bay. One in Silkshore, one in White Crown. One stands next to a lighthouse, which is draws in shipping from many miles around into the Black Sea, and the other one is in a park in Silkshore, which is where the aforementioned acrobats sometimes perform. And there's kind of sort of fun days out activities that happen in this park.
Does it have a chairlift?
No.
No. We used to do a chairlift in the Isle of Wight. I didn't know it was there. Everyone apparently seems to love this fucking chairlift in the Isle of Wight. Everyone's like, oh yeah, been there 100 times. I was like, well, sorry, I've just discovered it was there and it was wonderful. So yeah, if there's a chairlift, I'm up for it, basically.
You have done your gathering information, and that culminated, I think, the last one was that, so yeah, you were going to go and talk to Timoth for more information.
Mm-hmm.
as someone who is part of the Sparkcraft Guild.
And that's it.
Or is he, or was he part of the academy? I can't remember.
Starcraft Guild, I remember.
Okay.
An old colleague of Saffron's that came up in the...
Yeah, was it that he slighted you, or he like was like the sneering academic when you were studying and besmirched you? He like Zuckerberged you, didn't he?
He did a little bit of a Zuckerberg, but he's generally not. They're not on the worst terms in the world. But yeah, there was a bit of Zuckerberg.
You made your Sparkcraft wheelchair. You were ready to present it to the board, the Sparkcraft board, and then
he presented
stole it and took credit.
a Sparkcraft Segway. Everyone went fucking mad for it. It's just outrageous.
It's never gonna catch on, guys.
You stormed in there and you smashed up his Sparkcraft laptop.
What's gonna happen to the goats? The goats will be out of jobs.
It's true.
Everyone's segueing about.
I guess the Ducks will be alright.
And who's Justin Timberlake playing?
Timoth.
Oh, I thought he was Zuckerberg.
What? You lost me.
Timberlake, he's the Napster guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he started Spotify.
In a completely unrelated anecdote, I saw on the old Instagram this evening that people were claiming to have seen Justin Timberlake in my gym this week, apparently. And it's the dumbest shit ever.
It's funny. I thought he was in prison. I thought the tour was ruined.
What?
I thought he was in prison. I thought the tour had been ruined.
The latest news here on diceencounters.com.
There was some drama, wasn't there?
I think it's about a month old, I think.
I thought it was just
and entirely unverified. Like
No, he got a DUI and was arrested. You must have seen. Yeah.
It was a video of him when he was performing at a gig, and he was like completely off his head, like drunk and all sorts. And then he got a DUI.
You see the meme about this will ruin the tour? Did everyone miss this?
So you go to talk to Timoth
Yeah, sorry, I started that. And
at the
It's your fault.
at the Sparkcraft Guild.
Yes.
No, maybe he meets you at he probably meets you at that coffee shop. Actually, he doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't
We
want to be
meet-
seen meeting you inside the guild.
No, yeah, we meet in the coffee shop usually.
Yeah,
Saffron's not allowed back in.
yeah, nice.
You're just gonna wait outside like a dog,
That's it.
looking at the window longingly.
Yeah, asking people
I'll
for
bring you
a
out.
porcini chino.
I'll bring
That's
you
it.
out a puppuccino.
Yeah.
Cappuccino.
All right. So, what do you say to old Timoth? He's like, Saffron, what can I do for you? I don't have any work for you today. I'm sorry.
Well, luckily, the old layabout, we brought some work for you to get you doing something productive for a change. Thank you also for being our patron. We have heard rumors of an incredible contraption that I can't believe you never mentioned before to us. What know you of the... what know you? I suddenly become fucking Lord of the Rings, Legolas, son of a bitch.
What master do you serve?
What know you? What do you know about the electroplasmic chains that run across the harbour of the North Hook Channel?
He sits back and he's like, oh, well, stuff of rumor and legend. I would suppose a lot of the information that goes around about the lightning towers is stuff of fancy. Tell the children.
We've been led to believe by a very reliable source, the dock workers themselves, this very technology exists, and we could do with your help to help raise it. We've got the schematics, we've got the research, we know where it's activated, but we could do with your help to find how and any tools and tips, anything at all that the entire effort of the Sparkcraft Academy could help us with. This is our chance to run the Billhooks out of the docks and bring about peace and prosperity for the dock workers for once and for all. So we should put all of our minds to it.
He looks around nervously and he's like, yes, all right, there's no need to get onto your soapbox, Saffron, in the middle of the damn coffee shop. Do you have these schematics with you?
Yes.
Plump. They pop up. Um,
For dummies.
yeah.
Like
he's-
flowers from a magician's sleeve.
Yeah. He's looks it over. Oh, this is very interesting. Where did you get these?
Well, the archives. Where else? We had our good friend Friedrich, master burglar, infiltrate and find such wonderful artifacts and information.
I think he just made a friend, didn't he? And borrowed them, not steal them.
Hey, look, he's our patron. I'm trying to make it sound like his money is going to good,
I see.
elite specialists. It's not just we found him actually. We just tripped over him in the middle of the road.
Actually, better man. Actually, is yeah.
They did all the work. You should probably give them your patronage. No, damn it, we're the elite squad.
I like how you're going so hard onto this patron thing. I think a lot of groups would be like, whatever, we don't have to talk about him being a patron again. We've got the mechanical benefit.
It's written in my notes.
Yeah, nice. He's looking over it and sort of super interested in it, and he's saying, these kind of things should really be kept inside the Sparkcraft Academy. These kind of things would be very valuable to us.
Well, yes, I think once we have control of the docks, we'd be very happy to work with you to maintain and control and perhaps renovate and even improve on these to be used, obviously, with the Emporium's needs for the docks. But yes, with the collaboration of the Sparkcraft Guild to research and work on, we'd be more than happy to collaborate and hand over control in a shared kind of way.
Nice. Well, I think he definitely does offer his expertise on the schematics and give you some tips, and I think this will count as a +1 dice for allies or contacts in the engagement roll.
Legitimate. We used it. Well done, Lorenzo.
Yeah.
This is all Lorenzo's idea.
Yeah, unless you want him to say unless you want to come up with some advantage in the score, something that you know about.
I mean, it's again, we'll have to, what's nice, we've got this location to flash back to if we need to. I feel like that's kind of set up. So, because then ultimately, again, we're going in there not actually knowing how to even fucking do it, but we're just, we're rolling with it, guys. We're just doing it, and Blaze and Dark Space just kind of roll with it. So we're just assuming now we've got enough information that when we see the box that has the big green light, we'll know how to hit it, which buttons to press, and off we go. And if we need more, we can flash back to this moment.
Flashback.
Yeah.
Where's the door?
Another flashback. Where's the handle? 17 flashbacks later, all traumatized just from trying to figure out how to get in the lighthouse.
Yes, yeah. Saffron had the forethought to get Timoth to say exactly what to do, step by step. Step by step instructions. This place he's never been to.
We're crafty. We know where we got a plan. We're gonna split this. We're gonna split the team up as well, aren't we?
Well, you might have to.
Yeah.
Well, let's do some load then.
Great. But as far as we know, it's not like these are heavily guarded. As far as we know, they're just almost like tourist attractions, almost, aren't they? Really.
I don't think they were heavily guarded. They obviously had security on them. They want people interfering with them.
Yeah, of course. But these people presumably wouldn't even know kind of necessarily what they hold. They think they're just protecting lighthouse. They don't know they're protecting like a ancient electro laser, as far as you could assume. So Saffron will go going in always medium because he needs a wheelchair. Although I don't know how much help that'll be on what lighthouse steps, but I'll be normal.
Okay.
Yeah, probably got to be normal in it.
Yeah, normally.
Why have you come dressed for battle, sir? I just check out the lighthouse.
Just
feel
passing.
safer in chainmail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take light
Oh, nice.
because you're faster and you blend in more. So I'm gonna hope that can make my prowling more effective.
I go
That's
fucking
leotard.
nowhere without my armour on. Not with you lot always being like, Silas, go deal with that.
Well, we did describe the there's kind of I can't remember what they were called, but the guys who like fly near the lightning tower with like metal plates on them
That
to
was
attract
cool.
the lightning.
What?
Like paragliders, but they're supposed to like get hit by it, but it doesn't hurt them. But
So they're like performers, right? They like glide off the lightning wall in a way to make it strike at them, but for a show.
Spark flyers who soar in manned kites adorned with bits of metal to attract arcs of electricity from the barrier in a pyrotechnic display.
It's fucking cool.
That just sounds like something they do in Bristol.
Yeah.
Basically what I said.
Why
You said it very well.
Pretty much, Mike. All right.
Right, definition McGee.
Definition McGee. Well, is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Funny
You know why? Because
Why?
we're blocking a whole like channel
But is
for
the
the
operation?
city's trade, for the
But is the-
city's food logistics. How the
But is the
Leviathan Hunters are going to get back in if they want to get back in?
The result is the operation. We're just walking into two lighthouses. Is the operation? It's a weird one, right? Separating the actual what we're doing from the. I don't know. I'm just.
I think it's a bit too reductive. Because
Sure,
you could
sure.
say within like you're assassinating the president of Dustfall, we're just walking in and putting a knife in a face.
I think you look at it on a macro
Nice
scale, and
face.
then the impacts are severe. So I'd
Yeah.
say
Hey man,
yes.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Is it overly complex or contingent on many factors?
Yeah,
I
we
think
don't-
it's pretty straightforward.
Okay, I'm well off base. I'm going to stop talking. I'm zero of zero. I was going to say yeah because we don't really know what the fuck we're doing.
I wouldn't say it's complex though. It's just
No, that's
Go
that's
in,
just
flip the
go in.
switch.
Yeah,
Good.
find a hidden
Do it.
switch, press it.
yeah. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them when they're weakest? I mean, we didn't really do a plan detail, but I think it's kind of not really relevant. Neither is there strongest towards this approach. You're not really going after any particular faction.
Yeah.
Can any friends or contacts provide aid or insight? Yes. Dunzo.
Way.
So you're on 2D.
It's
Any-
guarantee snake eyes.
Any
2D or not 2D? It's
Any-
not gone down yet, Mikey. Silly.
any other elements that you would want to consider?
Not for the sound, but I'm just.
Look.
I guess I'm thinking like. I think. Well, we'll get to it, obviously. I think the setup we're trying. Obviously, if we are dividing in concrete, it's dividing that knowledge we have. But I think it's Lorenzo's done the research. Saffron has a bit of Sparkcraft knowledge, so I think that shouldn't complicate things too much. But certainly, splitting things up seems to add a bit of peril to the whole endeavor, or basically less. Yeah.
I've got a complication.
Oh god,
It's quite
what has Gus done now?
severe. No, Lorenzo's got a level 3 harm from being tortured by the Spirit Wardens.
Sure.
So
That's quite a complication, actually.
level 3 harm means you need help. But the thing is, because it didn't happen in a score, I never got a
that's a really good-
downtime to resolve
That's a really
it.
good point. Well, that's for DM to talk. That's a bit of a tough one. isn't it?
So I think it's fair that Lorenzo would have been able to see a doctor between then and now.
Well, he's got Saffron.
Maybe not a full recovery. Yeah, exactly. Got Saffron in the house.
We are at war though.
What do you propose?
I mean,
That
I
Lawrie
can't be hit.
just starts the.
I think you start at the level 3 harm, yeah.
But that means I need help, so I can't do anything. It doesn't mean one less dice. It means I need help and I can't act.
I'm gonna say
So-
take the well, you still have the level 1 and 2 like harm effects anyway. But I would say treat yourself as having a level 3 harm. But that does mean that if you take another level 3 harm, it becomes level 4 death.
I'm just gonna call it. If I take another level 3 harm, Lorenzo dies.
Well, yeah, it's no other
That's-
choice.
Yeah. I'm just gonna call it and do what the book says that you do. Like,
I'm gonna make a really bold call here, guys.
Call it. Best play it safe here, old lozenge.
Although I guess no, if it's a level 3 harm, you can resist and make it level 2.
Yeah, maybe that's a good way to do it.
Yeah,
So-
but it's going to be level 4, isn't it? Sod's law.
I've only given 1 level 4 harm out this whole campaign.
No. You gave me a level 4 harm for this one,
Oh,
and then
okay.
level 4 harm for when the monster outside the walls attacked us.
Yeah.
And I think there was another time. Each time we had to resist and roll it down.
I don't think there was.
So
I
it does
think there
turn to a
was
level
2 at
3,
most.
but originally level 4 death, basically.
I might have
It
given
has
one
happened
level 4
multiple
as well.
times.
I think
Milo
you gave
got
me a
level
level 4 and I resisted it to a 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, no one has been
Take
unable to resist one yet,
Yeah.
but I think
Yet.
you might have given out like 4.
You can't fail the you can't fail the
And
resist.
corrected.
though. I don't think you can fail a resist unless you have no stress to resist.
Yeah, correct.
But then if you're
I need trauma.
nice, you're dead anyway, aren't you? At
Um,
that point.
all right, cool. Well,
Just don't get one.
so we're on 2
Don't
dice. You've got 2 dice.
Snake eyes.
Pocket
How-
rockets.
How will the dice fall?
A pair of aces.
Hey, yes, not bad.
It's the boringest roll.
No, it's not. Double 6.
Huh?
Isn't double 6 just complete? It's just like that's it.
Oh yeah, it's level 6. It's like skip the first half of the score, like
Sweet.
cheat code.
So you got both the chains in your hands. So there you go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right, cool. So it is a standard engagement. You have neither advantage nor disadvantage. So as we start the score, who is at what location?
Good question. Well, I think. Wow, I mean, it's tough because. We've got a few factors. So again, I don't know how much matters to you guys. To me, it seems like knowledge base is important, or do we feel like we're all pretty much even keel on what to do if we find the chains? Again, I was thinking because Friedrich's done all the research, so Saffron has a bit of a knowledge around Sparkcraft. That would be quite a good, almost like leaders. But I'm thinking Lorenzo's pretty weak, so he's probably with Silas. So I'm a bit, yeah. Don't know if anyone else has any thoughts on that.
I don't know where Silas would need to be, so I think he can just be with whoever needs him the most on a protection basis, having kind of missed the preparation for the score.
There's a world then where Friedrich and it's in the way. Friedrich and sorry, charging the lounge. Sorry, Friedrich and Lorenzo are going in super stealthy, so they're both prowlers, right? So they're not seeing. Whereas Silas and Saffron, if there's a more less likely to get in sneakily, maybe they go that one. So they've got a bit more firepower behind them.
Silas is actually pretty sneaky these days, so he can also be part of the prowl party.
All right, fine. Those 3 do that. Saffron will just scale the fucking wall by himself.
We can lead
yeah.
a group action to all prowling.
Pick
wanna
a
do that.
fight with the thuggo, get himself bonked. Yeah, I mean, like I say, you guys did the technical prep for the score. What there was. Silas will play Phil. As always.
Let's
Technical
do a short
preparation.
on our routine. Like, what's the plan?
We know the Silk Shore one is a bit more because that's got the old. It's got a lot. It's like a carnival going on. So that's the one where he's going to try and just fucking sneak in as carnies and just make our way through it in the lighthouse and go from there. The White Crab one, I think we know it's just a lighthouse. It's just a lighthouse standing there that we just need to get in and.
Well, it's not the lighthouse. It's next to the lighthouse. You can see like the black dot on that kind of raised bit on the headland, and then the lightning tower is the bit to the bottom left of it.
You lost them.
Okay.
No, him
So
again.
you
The
see where the
lighthouse
docks are to the west of the docks.
Docks or dots.
The docks west of that.
That's
Yep.
the lighthouse,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then that is the These are the towers.
Okay, so we're on the Silk Shore. Where's the lighthouse there?
I pointed the arrow to it. That one.
Oh,
So there's two towers that the chains actually go from, and the lighthouse is of what importance?
The lighthouse is just there. That's
Oh, just there.
That's important.
Okay, good.
That's where the colonies are.
It's important as in saving the ships.
No, the carnival is in Silkshore in this kind of field. Where the
Right.
Flame Tower is. The other one is
okay.
next to this
There's
lighthouse.
no lighthouse on Silk Shore.
No.
I investigate the lighthouse.
Gotcha. Okay, so the
Roll to
lighthouse is on
investigate.
Silk Shore. Fine. So there's just two. There's two almost like power stations, like little kind of just things to interlope into. Okay, cool, fine, good.
What, okay, can I ask a quick one? What do you think from the lighthouse from the top? Would Lorenzo have a good sight range on around the gate and that kind of thing? Maybe over the boats coming in and out as well.
Yeah.
Do you think he'd be able to be effective from that point?
In terms
So you have
of
to-
shooting or seeing,
Yeah, shooting.
I think. Well, it depends on the range. I mean, you'd be getting pretty big ranges by then.
I've got a
The gap
sniper
of
rifle.
the gap of the bay is like the length of the actual docks district itself.
So I did playbook advance. I've got a skill which allows me to shoot at extremely long ranges.
The
But I have to
curvature of
push
the
myself.
earth.
I've got to
How
push
many-
myself to make a range attack at extreme distance beyond what's normal for the
That's
weapon.
cool. That's
Okay.
cool.
Well,
My
Small push.
my assumption is within the power stations, we've got to go in them. So I don't know if sniper cover is going to help. That's my only thinking there. Someone would have to go in there by themselves, but then Lorenzo's so injured that it does sound like a decent
yeah.
play for him.
Yeah. I
No,
mean,
I think
I-
one way, supposedly.
I think that the plan should be Saffron goes to one, and then the next best tinkerer
Uh-huh.
should go to the other one, and then split the other two.
Yeah.
As needed.
Yes.
Silas is going to go with Saffron because he doesn't, despite the fact he's an annoying old chap, he doesn't trust him to stay alive all by himself, and that would actually matter somewhat to Silas.
Yeah,
So he's
because
going
of the
to go
mission or
look at
because of his emotions?
No, mainly because he's the old man. He's just
Aw.
the old man of the party.
He is
Um,
that.
And if Silas isn't there, he'll probably get himself killed.
It's really true.
Okay. I'm going to go in with... Lorenzo's going to go in with Friedrich then. Friedrich's Crawford Magar's going to have to keep Lorenzo safe.
Could just go invisible the moment there's any danger.
Just phase through the wall.
Bye. Lorenzo's got Gus. You're a bit of a three-man team at least.
Lorenzo clutching his wound. Damned Emporium.
Damned indeed. Cool. So we can't really we can't really synchronize. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, but we assume at some point the objective is just to hit the fucking button and make sure both are active at the same time.
I think with the standard engagement role, you are both in the vicinities of your
Great.
lightning towers at the same time. We have the Ocean's 11 kind of cut. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
no. I mean, what's the TV show?
24.
Hustle.
Hustle. So yes, the Hustle style swipe where you have one corner is Lorenzo and Friedrich, and the other
Oh, yeah.
corner is Silas
Yeah,
and Saffron.
nice.
Wasn't
Well,
there
we,
that cartoon strip game on the GameCube as well? Which is like that.
Oh, Killer
Oh,
7?
13.
13.
That was such a good game.
Yeah.
Sounds good game.
That was sick. Just a quick one. Can I say that Gus is with the other two so I know when we're doing we can
Okay.
synchronize?
Yeah. Sure. As long as you don't spend half the score running all the way back.
Dude,
Go and get him.
dude, I've got 3 in Prowl. I'll roll Prowl and just
Swim.
dash.
You just swim,
Swim
across
across.
the bay.
I
Yeah.
assume that then we are both these points are very coastal. We can give each other a signal that we're both at the tower, some kind of like reflecting mirror.
Flare.
No, maybe not a flare, but obvious. Something we can at least signify. Right, we're both ready. Just go and fucking good luck, everyone. Yeah,
That seems reasonable.
cool. We do that.
So we could have a signal prepared.
Oh no, Saffron just sets off his RGB wheels on his on his wheelchair. That's the signal.
I can take a lantern as part of my equipment.
Cool.
That could be used. That could be used.
I think the RG Brill should do it.
Yes, looking at this equipment list, and I was like, oh, maybe there's something in here. Oh, a lantern. I've never noticed that before. It doesn't appear to be a gun or a sword.
I used the lantern to beat him to death.
Well, now you mention it.
Lights out.
Hey, Gus. Gus, how big is Gus? Is we talking Chihuahua or Great Dane?
If you beat someone with
100% Chihuahua, like no doubt.
if you beat someone with a lantern, do they become a lamp black?
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
Oh. They've all got lamps for heads.
That's what I thought. How big is Gus? I'm thinking, is he
It's
coming
like a
from a wheelchair?
bloodhound, medium dog,
Medium dog. Okay,
medium dog size.
he could be on the way. He can walk along.
Bloodhounds, medium size.
Medium.
Yeah.
I'd hate to know what a large is.
It's the one with the big droopy ears and the big red eyes.
Yeah.
They can be medium sized, but they wouldn't be considered that because they'd be very heavy because of muscle mass. They'd be
Medium
considered.
size is like between like a Yorkshire Terrier and like a Labrador, right? It's like a
Pretty much,
medium
yeah.
size of dog.
Okay, well, look, I'll say Saffron and Silas approach the Electro Tower, obviously a bit cautiously, just looking like they're just touristing it up. Yep, that's the noise we make.
So which side are you on? Which
we're on White Crown, then I think.
which side are you
Yeah,
on?
we're the northern boys.
Because we got the chair, so we can zip back a bit quicker if we need to escape. We got a bit more momentum to.
Fine. Although you're a bit more conspicuous going through White Crown, though, I'd say.
Well, why is that? Because of
your
Because
wheelchair,
it's-
that is.
yeah, but they're used to more fineries and more exotic stuff, so actually it should be more.
Oh, I see. Are you
blending in,
dressed up
more-
as an eccentric?
Yeah, Sparkcraft. I mean, all he is.
Yes, I guess Silas will be playing the role of the eccentric noble's bodyguard again.
We know the drill.
That's how the ruffian always gets by.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Lord Flipperty.
This is my lackey Silas.
Yes, and this is my man. Don't mind him. Ugh.
Slap him in the face with a
He's
glove.
called Grog.
Grog the unclean. Don't get near him.
He's not been bathed for 40 years.
He doesn't
It's
speak.
called Jürgen.
Nice.
Yeah, we do that. We do that.
Okay, cool. Nice. Well, as you sort of, actually, I think I have a cool image of the lighthouse somewhere.
Oh, guys, we forgot to steal uniforms in disguise. Oh, no.
I forgot to.
That's the Foghound. It's so small. It's just so much smaller than I ever thought it was. It's makes me crack up every
That's the thing,
time.
we all nearly died for that.
No, you did.
On four floors of action, apparently it was when we fought on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a time at the start of the score. Perhaps there was a generous GM rolled a 1 or something, and then it turns out we started the score.
Nice one.
At the mercy of assassins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it went spectacularly well for us.
It did, yes.
From that one, poor roll.
It did. But I'll tell you, it was probably the most interesting start to a score. So
Oh yes.
I'm Olly on that. I'm Olly on that one. The bad ones are actually the best.
It was quite tight as well. It was very close to the end.
I think you definitely started with a critical success, though.
No.
The engagement roll.
For that one, no, because we started literally with the blades at our neck.
Yeah.
You've been discovered.
Oh, was that? Oh no, you started with a desperate. I remember.
Desperate.
I knew it was one of the
It's
interesting
opposites.
ones.
One of the two.
Right. So I'm just uploading this. I thought I'd already done it.
A new image of the
Slacking.
Foghound.
I feel bad how little we've used
Great.
the damn Dodger in 90% of the campaign.
I think you managed to use it.
Ooh.
So North Hook Lighthouse.
I bet Campbell's just at the top of the lighthouse.
That's how he knows
I've
everything.
been expecting years.
Oh shit, guys! They've updated the fucking splash screen for Marvel Snap. Finally, after 2 years, they've
Oh,
updated the
heavens.
fucking splash screen.
Heavens, that's so interesting.
Ooh,
That is exactly what I wanted to hear right now.
that's crazy.
Imagine playing a mobile game in 2024.
Yeah, okay, boomer.
I was playing Clash Royale the other day. Jesus.
Oh, I missed that.
I
game,
don't even
Clash.
know what that makes you. I don't know if it makes you a
Slash.
boomer or a nonce. I'm just not sure.
Definitely one of them.
Possibly
Like-
both.
I got it. Oh, I used to play it when it came out, and then I installed it
man,
after
yeah.
like a day.
I was religious. That game.
So
made
you
me
wheel
rage.
past this lighthouse with not an issue, but you do see that the lighthouse is quite well defended, even more so defended than the lightning tower, because of its importance to the
Yeah.
overall shipping and importance
Yeah.
to Dustfall. As it, I think this is obviously an image taken from, it's like it's some place in Wales or something, but it's a lot more dishonored than that.
This, but more dishonored.
Yeah, yeah, more sharp metal bits.
Yeah.
Yes, and
More-
yes,
more
so you
Gothic fencing.
roll up to the lightning tower. You just see the kind of usual, like you get like a power station style. You have like the big fence and the warning sort of posters saying instant death if you cross into this
Good,
site.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
We go in.
and the this is Silas and Saffron.
Ow.
Saffron, what is the boss? Organizer of the store. What is the plan?
Get in, activate our side of the booth.
Okay, all right. Let's start with the getting in bit.
Yeah,
I suppose.
exactly.
Um,
So what are we seeing then for the actual? Again, I'm thinking like it's a small little power station, little hatch in the ground. What do we actually see? And is our path it pretty clear? Because we obviously it's on the other side of it, so we're going to look a bit suspicious just kind of walking past this lighthouse. So I feel like we do have to.
Well, I think you managed to get pretty past the lighthouse, so you're out of
Okay, great.
kind of sight.
Okay,
But
great.
you probably want to find a part of the lightning tower
Yeah.
that is out of the way before you start smashing
So-
your way in or whatever.
You say lightning towers. What do we see? What do we see? Like, is it actually because we can't see the lightning tower? It's going to be raised, or is we see an actual tower?
Yeah, I think it's I don't know exactly what they look like, but I'm imagining like a telephone pylon, but like a lot more like prongs coming off of it, and you can sort of see the electroplasmic sparks coming off.
So what do people think that's doing most of the time?
This keeps out the ghosts.
Okay.
The
And
spirits.
the mystery is that there is a chain connected to it that people have not realised.
Because these
Cool.
were all built hundreds of years ago.
We advance as close to it as we can before we form any kind of resistance or we spot any kind of movement.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just casually walking, looking for a hatch,
Yeah.
door.
Well,
Anything.
I mentioned there's like a security fencing. Yeah, which
Cool.
you come up
Well,
against.
Then I use my
Bolt cutters.
yes, exactly. My tools, my fine wrecking tools. I'll use my pry bar or a vial of acid. Can that? No, I've got a spark torch cutter. So that's fine. Will that be? Is it night or is it daytime? I think we're approaching the daytime. I don't think we're too worried about it being nighttime. I'll use my spark torch cutter as part of my fine wrecking tools to cut a nice little hole in the fence.
Nice.
Do I have to roll a wreck for that, or is that pretty that's just done?
I reckon you can cut through a fence pretty easily.
Thanks. We slip under, wheel under.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut quite a big hole. It's not
But make it big enough for that medium dog to get through.
Not the size of a bloodhound, actually.
I think
You
we
got no
approach.
dogs.
Oh, I know dogs. I've got
Not any
two
dog
large
guy.
dogs. I've got two large dogs, so I'm all good.
Jesus.
The bloodhounds, I think I would well,
Disappointed.
large dogs. I would say they've got to be.
No.
Based on
Have
their
a
weight, based on
dog.
their weight
You
class.
don't have a dog either, Lawrie.
What does that have to do with anything? At all.
Because you're
At all.
blaming us for not having a dog. It's like having a child that never
I'm
grows
not
up.
blaming you for not having a dog, for lacking dog knowledge. Jesus.
The dogs generally class in their weight, and there's no way a bloodhound weighs more than my dogs because they're all flabby, spoiled blob dogs.
I don't know what your dog is.
Labradoodles.
So we make
Right.
it through the fence.
We approach the base of the electro tower.
Yes, you do. And I'm just going to cut out all this boring stuff and say you've managed to get inside the
Sweet.
lightning tower.
Great.
And you are
Smash
surrounded
cut.
by
I've got demons.
intricate, archaic cogs and whirligigs and electroplasmic sparks flying everywhere. And
Saffron tries to look knowledgeable and just keep his cool. Like, yes.
And-
Is the sorry, Olly, I thought we were done.
and there is, and you see as you look above you, see like a platform above you, and you see a couple of Sparkcraft Guild technicians
Oh, awkward.
Ah.
taking monitoring, obviously taking a status report of the output.
And are they? Do they appear to be in the way of where we want to go?
You don't really know where you need to go yet.
No. So just to get a sense of the scale of the structure that we're in. Like, it's a tower. Is it like a big building, like with lots of, even within the not the secret bits? Is it like big room, lots of it's a big place, right? It's kind of.
I think it's very tall, obviously, and it goes
Okay.
up quite a bit. So I think
Yeah.
think of Wizard's Tower.
Okay.
Is it
Dimensions.
wheelchair accessible?
Unfortunately not.
That's I'm putting in some complaint letters.
You're the only one in this whole universe with a wheelchair.
That doesn't make it acceptable.
Now, this oil rig is very nice, but
Next campaign is literally just Saffron suing the entirety of Duskville for not having the accessibility.
Passive
required.
passive income. Here it comes.
you can't handle the truth.
It jumps to mind is are they here because we told Timothy and they've now come over to investigate, or are they always here? Because he didn't seem to know much.
They look pretty official. I think you would have known that obviously people go around maintaining the towers, so it's just a chance that they were here.
So Timothy's role within the
He's an
within the
academic,
Sparkcraft.
so he's
he's not like a boss. So we can't like
he's like
don't you know who
R&D.
cool. So he's not we can't don't you know who we work for.
The workers have high vis on, so
Yeah,
tell easily they're workers.
yeah. You know the British gas ads where the people are
Yes.
standing on the windmills,
Yeah.
electric
Yeah,
windmills. Yeah, just a couple
Well,
of those
Saffron gives
idiots.
Silas a little look that's just like, don't stab him. Give him one of those looks. Just a little, the classic "don't stab him" look. He's giving him one of those.
Ah, that one.
But also,
Yeah, Lanternum.
that's the
Yeah.
new move. Also, I was trying to think about talking around, but there's no. Seems a bit risky. I mean, but do we feel like we're blocking the only exit, really? What do you think?
Yeah. They look like they're doing stuff, but they could be finished at any moment. And there's a ladder that goes up to the platform that they're standing on, so they could be coming down any moment.
We try reasoning with them.
Yeah, you want to go and chat to them about because we're definitely supposed to be here.
Yeah, but I mean, their only role was to maintain the thing. If we told them a secret
House
fucking.
patrol, standard inspection.
If we told there's a secret fucking electro chain here, they'd be well up for that.
I think Silas wouldn't want to take any chances on this one.
Sure.
And he'll turn into Saffron, and say, "Now look here, old man. The stakes are too high. Don't you worry. I'm not going to go killing anyone in the tower. Just see if you can wheel that thing into some shadows for a moment or something."
I think we have the ability to non-lethally capacitate them between my blow dart and your muscles of choking. I'm sure we can wait for them to maybe be done. Maybe we'll just get them as they come down this ladder.
Right, you are, old man.
Roll into the shadows. Gus.
Yeah, so I suppose we can try and set up. We got a little bit of time. We assume wait around for a few minutes and see what they do, but plan to set up a little ambush for them. Should they appear to be problematic to us.
Nice.
I'm gonna So we're gonna hide in the shadows or hide behind it, and like looking at the way the ladder comes down. You imagine they'll come down the ladder looking at me facing. We're gonna hide the way they wouldn't be facing coming down. I'm gonna throw like my electroplasmic battery on the floor, kind of the other way. So as they come down, they'll kind of see it and be a bit like, "What the fuck is that?" and kind of distract them a little bit.
You can and Saffron will deftly, hopefully, possibly blow dart one of them, and Silas will go for a more traditional route.
Yeah. Classic. This is a classic Saffron Silas takedown kind of move.
It'll be honestly just like in Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Fucking just like in Ghost Recon, mate.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Well, I was going to say, like any recent action RPG, you've thrown the rock nearby, and they've gone, "What was that?" and then they walk towards it, and then I don't think we need to roll for this. Like they do some NPC dialogue. They come down the ladder. They're like, "Job done," and then they slide down the ladder, and then you guys knock them out. Do your stuff.
Just taking
and then Silas.
Silas.
That's the name of my next character, guys.
Emperor of Mankind.
Silas kind of glances at Saffron and realizes that absolutely nobody is going to help him move those bodies out of the way. So grumbles and got to do the bloody work around here once again. Feels like I should probably. So it's just like when I was in the blue coats all over again.
Big white grog, the unclean. Do your job.
All these employees are staying.
Saffron's still in character.
It's probably about time the workers rise up. Did these guys really even deserve this? And he'll go drag them off into a corner and bind them up.
Workers of the world unite.
Right. But the stakes are too damn high.
Well.
Okay, well that's a good point to over to south Lightning Tower with Lorenzo and Friedrich walking through the Silkshore Park, through the crowds that are enjoying the spectacle. What do you guys do? The Spark Grounds. How is your approach? It's a similar setup, except it's a bit more open.
I think Lorenzo. We're on the carnival side, right?
Yep.
I think Lorenzo turns to Friedrich and he goes, "Hey, Friedrich, I think that's your next career up there," pointing to the guys flying around in the kites and whatnot.
Seems a little too much like hard work, but I'm sure I could give it a try. Is that your proposed way in, then, Lorenzo? You want me to do a twirl for you?
Woohoo! Woohoo! Made me blush. God damn. Well, it would be kind of smooth if you were to take one of the kites, get to the top of the tower, drop down a bit of rope or something like that, and let me up.
How feasible actually is that?
Sounds daring.
Are there
It'd be an action roll, wouldn't it? A finesse.
I suppose it would, but I mean, I'd have to get access to one of the gliders first, right?
I mean, you could just, it's a classic film scene, when people are in a chase and they go and hijack a hot air balloon, and it's just coming down and they go, "Oh, excuse me, I'll borrow this." Indiana Jones might do it. It'd be that kind of deal.
Just commandeer it.
Yeah.
So let's say therefore there's like a staging area where like some of these acrobats are like launching and landing and maybe there's a couple of dudes kind of recharging the Sparkcraft batteries on each one, like a little pit crew, and Friedrich will. Could I do a flashback to say that I studied their Because they've been doing the show for a few days, right?
Hmm.
I want to say I studied their costumes and wore one.
Yeah, nice. That's just one
Marvellous.
stress for that.
Nice.
See,
Good
no
flashback.
need to have a plan.
I'll rock up then very confidently to the launch pad and be like, ready for my run.
And I'd recommend this one is Sans Spark. What is it? Sans the bits of metal, because you actually want to get close to the tower, right? So you don't want to electrocute yourself.
Yes. Are they? Can we say that it is, or are they?
Yeah,
are they
yeah.
all norm? Yeah. So I'll grab the thing and be like, chocks away. And I will attempt to fly this contraption.
Amazing. This has gone so brilliantly. I'm so happy.
I think this is probably risky.
Weirdly, yeah, it's not desperate somehow, is it?
Dancing with lightning sounds
Yeah.
risky.
Yeah, I mean they're called manned kites, so I imagine that maybe the wind coming off the ocean is so strong that you just like leap off the cliff, and then the gust kind of takes you up into the sky. So
Try
yeah,
and grab a thermal.
yeah. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
so let's say risky, yeah. Even though it does sound desperate.
There we go. Easy as pie.
Oh, it's a 6.
It's
He
Nice.
fucking sails it.
Nice.
So yeah, like he falls for the first like 5 or 10 meters straight off the cliff, and for a moment Lorenzo's like,
oh, the classic.
"Oh shit, guys, we lost Friedrich." And then like soars like a phoenix back up out of it, coruscating bolts of lightning coming off the sides of his little glider, and kind of spirals up into the sky, does a little loopy loop for the crowd, and the crowd goes wild.
does.
And then nips deftly behind the tower so that his ascent to the top of the tower is not directly viewable by the crowds. And finds a place to land.
Nice. Yeah, I think you find a kind of a gangway, and as you sort of go along the outside of it, which is obviously used for like repairs, and you go down some ladders, and then you find like a hatchway, and it's probably also a good place to like drop a rope over the side for Lorenzo as well. Although actually, because the thing you were riding is called, technically it's a kite, so you probably were connected to the ground somehow. So Lorenzo is probably just like pulled along on the rope.
A kite doesn't necessarily have to be like tethered, right?
No, but you'd want it to be, wouldn't you?
I was picturing like a hang glider sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
That kind of scenario.
It's roped to the ground with a very, very long, flexible rope. And Friedrich, after landing, will just kind of secure the kite and the rope to the top of the tower and just kind of give the rope a couple of tugs to Lorenzo at the other end so he knows it's time to climb.
Nice. All right.
Or tugs.
Nice, Lorenzo. Are you?
I'm gonna have to roll to climb, and I'm gonna fail it because of my wound.
I wasn't gonna make. That is a point, actually. I wasn't gonna make you roll for it, but you are.
Probably a proud roll.
Well, let's just say. I mean, it's controlled, so let's just say that you just take a while maybe to get all the way up there with your wound.
A while. Am I not spotted?
I don't think you're spotted, but I think the consequence will be that you're now behind schedule compared to the other two.
I'd like to roll for it then.
Well. Okay.
Please, teacher, I'd like some homework that I'm bad at.
Yeah, but I could get double sixes.
You could do.
Yes,
Good.
but the
You
effect
might
will
be a
still be
blackjack in the
limited
casino.
because you're -1. You're minus effect because your wound.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put a whole bunch of like. I'm not gonna put his life on the line for climbing a rope. That seems silly.
What, trade position for effect?
Yeah, I was literally that went through my mind already. I'm not proud of it.
Yeah, you could cancel out the -1 dice and the minus effect.
I think if Mikey's
For a desperate
tornado
climb.
man, I'm very much swap position for effect man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. You just might.
No, it's fine. I won't
to your-
roll.
You just might fall to your death.
I'll take your wisdom.
All right.
You're,
Well,
you're very wise, GM.
yeah. Well, let's say you managed to get there eventually, and you drop down into this hatchway. So you have Silas and Saffron going in from the bottom floor, and then Lorenzo and Friedrich going in on the top floor on their one.
Oh, nice.
And I think we can kind of play this simultaneously because you're both in almost identical buildings, I guess. But
Okay.
how do you
Well,
go
then-
about trying to raise this chain?
Well, I think as Silas alluded to, I think we assume there's some kind of secret bunker within the tower. So definitely, if we're on the ground floor, I mean, it makes sense if there's a chain, it's going to be under. So yeah, we start searching floors, trapdoors, walls for contraptions. Looking, I mean, so I'll Saffron will use. Let's see, can I use unusually? And I think this is a fair time to do this again. I want to use my tinker skill to basically study. You know what I mean? Use tinker to kind of interpret. See if there's any kind of like just diverging power going off somewhere. It's like, wait a minute, where's that fucking cable going? Just something that's kind of a bit like, wait, why is that cog spinning there? But that's not powering that. You know what I mean? Does that feel like
So
a fair
like
use of
the
tinkering?
action study.
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
I think, but perhaps I wonder if we could make this like whether it's a help action or a group action. Like
I sit on Silas's shoulders.
Yeah, yep, that's what I was gonna say. So Saffron's got he's looking out for all technical elements that seem out of place, whereas Silas is using his investigative skills of looking for, as a former blue coats, looking for stashes and things or whatever. He may be able to identify things that look like they're out of place, or where would he hide a secret door to the or the loot or whatever. So maybe they could do some sort of
Might be.
yeah, pretty much. I think that's how they learn it in copper school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we can whichever mechanically way to do it, I think they could probably be they could have a pretty good
What's your study skill, or what would you use for investigating?
Study, can't remember what it is, but I've got something in it somewhere. Yeah, I got one Pipperino. He was, let's say he wasn't the force's foremost investigator. We'll investigate your face with my fish.
Well, then, I wanted to use my tinker then to figure shit out.
Sorry, because Silas is using the appropriate skill for study. Then Saffron is going to.
Well, we do two separate roles.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind how we play it. I just thought they could
It
probably
depends if DM's happy. It depends if DM's happy with my. Again, the thing is, right? You can technically. The thing it says is you can use any skill to do an action as long as it makes sense. I feel there's one of the rare examples where kind of using knowledge of tinkering to investigate. But you don't seem convinced, DM. So
I think if you were doing that, you'd need the Rook Gambit ability to use another action to do another action. If you're trying to use Tinker to do a study or
I might have missed on that after a year not knowing the rules, but I thought the whole thing was you can use any, but it's always rely on the player to be fucking fair.
You will,
which I feel like.
If the action is less suitable, it'll be less effective. That's the
Okay,
counter.
Fair.
My take on it would be that, like, you know, the tinker skill is about actual mechanically
Yeah, of course.
doing
No,
things.
I agree. I agree.
But like your knowledge of tinkering is what makes your study a reasonable skill to use.
Could you
know,
give me
not
study
anyone
with?
can
Could you give me study with a greater effect?
I think the idea of like perception in this game is actually survey, not study. Study
fuck.
is
That's what I meant. Sorry, I said study, but I meant survey.
Yes,
but
that's fair.
and I think
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
I would be happy to give you a +1 dice. Oh, sorry, plus effect Saffron for surveying like spark crafty things. So I would give you a limited
got no pips in survey. So
no, but I mean I would give you. So I would have given you limited effect for tinkering to look at stuff, but because it's Sparkcraft, I will make it a standard effect.
Using
Tinker.
Okay, fine. Okay, right. I see. Lovely. Great.
And
okay.
then Silas can give you
help.
Aid with a stress, or he can do his own roll.
No, I'll help. I think he's using his surveying skills, but with the direction of Saffron.
Nice. Move that box.
So controlled, I assume.
French.
Controlled. Standard effect. Here we go. I need to always turn over. I like to see the. Ooh.
Wait.
I mean, it's not.
Wait, how many? You have 1 dice in Tinker?
I have 2 pips in Tinker. Yeah, I know it's annoying. I split into Tinker, but it's 2 pips.
+1 from Silas.
This better be a fucking 6, Saffron.
This is the Silas dice.
If you roll another one, this campaign's over right now for you.
You talking about Snake Eyes earlier? You jinxed it.
Jinxed it,
Completely
or did
jinxed
I bless it?
That's what, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call the Silas effect.
Yeah.
Well, it's also controlled as well, so you could have done it again as well.
I was gonna say exactly. It wasn't like because you look at things and it blows up.
Yeah. Cool.
Big level 4 harm.
Your eyes just bleed from the looking.
The Sparkcraft explodes.
So you do manage to follow the Sparkcrafty kind of. You find some loops of old cabling, long since unused, behind some crates or storage or something, and maybe Silas is doing the Sherlock Holmes thing with the little like dust thing, and he finds the air going between the cracks in the wall, and you do manage to find a secret entrance.
Okay. Or is it like just like a little small little gap we can see a slit in the wall? Is it like a little keypad? What do we find?
A very secret keypad entrance. Yes.
Behind like a little flap,
It's
like a little
a big red "Do Not Enter" sign.
No, it's a small little like 4x4 painting of the lighthouse. It's just there, and if you just unfold it,
you know what? I think in this instance, in this watchtower, I think it's actually been bricked up, and I think Silas has to. Oh yes, well I was going to say Silas have to get a sledge out, but Saffron, you can also.
I can also wreck things pretty well. Yeah. Stand back. Small silent explosive.
Yeah, you're going to wreck it with a silent explosive because Silas can have brought a sledgehammer. If you don't have any silent explosives.
I have very silent explosives, thanks for the skill silent wrecking. So yes.
Do you indeed?
Yes.
We've done this before. He's made big points.
Yeah.
You got silence.
It's the fucking skill. It's the classic thing. I've got this skill, and I was like, no, that skill doesn't do what the skill does, and I'm like, fuck you, man.
Then you have like a silence potion or something.
I want my silent C4.
When you wreck, the work is much quieter than it should be, and the damage is hidden from casual inspection.
But just much quieter than it should be can still be loud though.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
If it's a bomb.
It's true. It doesn't say muted,
but
no, it's fine.
It doesn't change grenades to be.
No, I've given up on that before.
Yeah.
But
I've made a Sparkcraft grenade suppressor.
Yeah.
Look, should we do a group wrecking skill? Silas, should we do a group?
Yeah, we can group wreck. Silas can have brought his.
Let's do it.
He can have brought his demolition tools with him.
Well, Saffron's got his crowbar and his fucking he's got his small powerful drill, a mallet, pry bar.
Yes, all right. Just roll the bloody roll.
Is your wheelchair like one of the house bots from Robot Wars? It just has like a massive hammer and a flamethrower coming out.
Shut.
Not yet.
Yeah. Got a sledgehammer and iron spikes, a heavy drill, and a crowbar.
That sounds very much so. I've got mine are fine.
Honestly, it just sounds like a good time.
I know. I don't. The fact
if-
I've got fine wrecking tools shouldn't. What does that do? Shouldn't that do something for my? What does fine do? What do you got fine?
Gain effect, right?
You get your +1.
I should
effect.
mention that more.
+1 like tier in terms of.
That's it.
Otherwise, your stuff is your tier. But I think if
Yeah,
you guys are
I've
both
never
ticking off equipment, you don't need to roll for this. You're able to
Great.
smash down this wall. Lorenzo and Friedrich, who don't know where the secret where a secret entrance is, but how will you two go about discovering? Actually, no, to be fair, Lorenzo can see through Gus, so he has seen Silas and Saffron. Maybe as you get to the top of the tower up the rope, you check in and you just see them like wailing on this wall.
This is good, Lorenzo.
I love that picture of Gus just sat there behind him watching, wagging his tail.
Scanning.
Just like, like ghost electroplasm like flowing from his eyes, and he's just like, ooh, destruction.
Yes, big watched.
Or maybe it's just more creepy. He's just very silent and stoic.
Yes, but but you two, I don't think are of the wrecking nature. So how do you two go about it?
So what are we faced with on our side? We're obviously on the top of the tower now.
It's the same, I think, isn't it? You've
gone through a hatch at the top. Managed to work your way down a series of ladders. Maintenance.
Lorenzo has seen where this secret entrance is. Consigliere to try and like break into it, burgle into it. And it's been bricked up. Sorry, I missed that. Oof. I mean, either of us could bring demolition tools. It's not Friedrich's like.
That's true.
Oh, Friedrich could ghost through it, but that doesn't really help Lorenzo.
How do you get through a wall? You wreck, right?
Yeah.
I
think you do. Yeah.
You guys got.
Should we do a group? I love this use of mechanics this session. Let's do a group roll, shall we? A wreck.
Sure.
Teamwork, is it?
I think. How much stress do you have to burn, though?
I don't really want to take any stress if it's all the same.
Okay. I've got the 6 stress to burn, so I can lead it. That's good. So we both roll a wreck.
Well, I have no pips in rack, just so you know.
Neither.
Oh, this is gonna go great.
I mean, yeah, it's brilliant.
Oh, my chrome's dying. Sorry. Okay, controlled is it or risky?
Controlled.
Oh, you didn't make the others rolled because they took their load, right? So.
Yeah.
So if we do the same, do we have to roll as well?
Well, they had like specialized equipment.
Shit.
Whereas we're shit at this and have no equipment.
Yeah, if you
Any clever.
Friedrich looking at that wall with his lockpick, like, perhaps there's a way.
Yeah, and he's done pretty well.
He's carving out the bricks one at a time.
It's Shawshank Redemptioning.
Yeah, with his spoon. All right, it's a 4 to beat. Lorenzo?
I can't wreck on this at all. I didn't realize demolition tools were a 2 load. That's crazy.
Wow.
There's a big bag of tools.
Yeah.
It's a sledgehammer. No, I guess not.
And a drill and a crowbar.
And iron.
Just all the things you
nails.
usually take out on an evening stroll with your master.
Like big things of wire as well for like setting fuses and things.
Ooh, so I fail.
Okay, well, it's a group action, so you've taken the highest dice, which is
Good.
Friedrich's 4.
So glad we did that.
Yeah, so it's a success with a consequence, but it's controlled, so the consequence is, again, you're probably just taking a bit longer as you are demolition noobs.
Wounded
yeah.
Lorenzo and Posho Friedrich trying to work their way around a sledgehammer and break down a wall. It's a sketch.
Yeah.
So
just
here's how this is going to work. I'll point at the place where you should hit the sledgehammer.
I thought, I can't hold the hammer. I can't use it. Have you seen the state of me? You gotta do the smashing.
treating it like an escape room. It's like, what if we swing this cable and tie something to it like a wrecking ball?
Maybe us taking longer is us like
on sledgehammer.
we're like using a bit of chalk or something to draw exactly where we're mapping out exactly how we're gonna break it down.
Friedrich gets out a little notebook, does some calculations.
A compass and a ruler.
Saffron and Silas walking through the door. What are you
Yeah.
guys up to? We've fucking.
Yeah, so they've been arrested now, and
Okay, so we're through the door. We're behind schedule.
yes,
What do we
yes,
see?
so you're
firstly, how
both
much-
parties are into your tunnels, respective tunnels.
How much stress do I take for failing that roll?
I think it was one per failed.
Okay. Sorry, go on.
Party member. So you both enter into your respective tunnels, and it is dark. So whoever's brought a lantern can be very smug.
I could bring a lantern.
And you see this sort of quite smallish control room, but it's almost like a safety bunker. You know, it's quite militaristic compared to the rest of the lightning tower. Clearly, was made to be quite defensible and hidden, as is obviously quite important to protect itself against sabotage and control from invading parties. And you obviously see a sort of Sparkcraft panel inactive. Saffron knows exactly what he's looking at. And next to it is this, and as you shine the lantern over it, you just see the top of this gargantuan chain cog. And you can see these chain links, and like the links are like don't know, almost saffron sized chain links wrapped around this huge wheel, and it must go way deeper into the ground.
I'm kind of picturing the scene in Moana when she gets into the cave with all the boats. A bit like that, finding like this, just cavernous old things left behind.
Is this the
Yeah.
TARDIS?
Not quite. I think it's very cavernous. I think it's a smallish room, but it's like, as if you can imagine, it's like at the top of where the huge chained is wrapped around.
Ah. Ooh. So, I mean, yes, the panel, Saffron cracks his knuckles and, well, a few fingers pop out their sockets and he has to put them back in again. But, shouldn't have done that. And yeah, I mean, I guess the one thing he's conscious of is, again, like they don't know what's going to happen when they press it. It seems to make a lot of noise and fuss. They don't really have any sense of what the rest of the team are doing. So they've got no way to communicate back via Gus, Lorenzo. They've got no way to, I don't know.
Hand signals.
I mean, you know that I've got a mind link with him, so if you say anything to him, I'll hear it.
But it's not helpful for us to say, did you guys happen to take 25 minutes to knock down that wall that took us 3 seconds?
No, I can't communicate back to him.
You can't ask him to just do
Speak
two
to
woofs. You got a command of 2 woofs for.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's going to add a lot of time to the score as well, trying to communicate via woof.
Well, anyway, look. Let's. I guess Saffron kind of assuming they're probably going to at least have a head start at least on this bit. I guess we'll start the process of just getting stuck in. He's very excited. Saffron's absolutely buzzing. This is like, this has been a big journey for him learning about all this Sparkcraft tech, and from the very early beginnings, that first little box we found with it to carry across the battlefield that was all Sparkcraft, to building this wheelchair. It's kind of like this is his first big, like, well, this is it, sink or swim, figure this shit out now or go, and he feels very confident that he can, based on the stuff he learnt from what's his face, Timoth, and everything else. So yeah, just moves up to the panel and starts opening, investigating, see what's missing. Are there wires cut? Are there things that you're replacing? Does it seem dead? Is there bits missing? Does it seem just like rusted and run down? Does it seem like repairing, or is it, what's the status of it? He really wants to get a scope of that.
I don't know. I'll let you decide. What's most fun for you?
I mean, it's old. It's probably just forgotten about, isn't it? So it probably was left operational. So I think it's just rusted, decayed. The wires need replacing, bits need trimming, things just need kind of like reactivating. It wasn't sabotage. It just wasn't needed for so long. People even forgot it even existed. So it just needs a lot of work to just get it back up to snuff, back up to trade.
Nice. Yeah. And I think whatever we can say, whatever you do to repair your one, maybe if you flash back to say that you gave Lorenzo or Friedrich a bit of a crash course in, sort of Sparkcraft repairs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like when something hasn't been used for 500 years, like what's gonna be needing replacing? A few fuses.
Exactly.
Equivalent of like you told us how to like bring up the task manager.
Yep.
Like
input.
Turn off and on again, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Could they've I've given myself one stress for flashback. Could they have taken extra supplies, like I say, extra bits of wiring, replacement, fuses, grapnel and shrapnel, things that are helpful for that, and tinkering tools. I've got my fine tinkering tools, of course. But
I would ask one of Lorenzo or Friedrich to tick a load for that purpose.
We're taking a light load now.
You won light already, weren't you? Oh, you regret taking that load?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, actually, that would have given you a plus effect for climbing up that rope.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. So maybe another.
I don't just forget about my harms affecting my rolls.
There's balance. Yeah. Nice.
Perfectly balanced.
Right. So I will tinker with it,
and
I will push myself to fucking nail this, tinker. Here we go. Position.
Controlled.
Lovely. Effect.
Standard.
Even with my fine tinkering tools and my exceptional knowledge and my incredible prowess and...
Well, you don't want me to start thinking about what tier this archaic Sparkcraft technology is at.
Fair. Very fair. I push myself, so bonus dice is 1. Let's go, baby. Yes,
I can't believe you really have...
heroic of... It's because it's been tinker and wreck as kind of split out my focus quite a lot.
Some tinkerer you are, Monkshood.
I've been trying to pump it up. It's surprisingly difficult because you don't often get a lot of. I don't often get a lot in insight. It doesn't really happen very often. Prowess is, and I put so much into finesse because I was so sick of not being able to do anything. I've actually got more finesse than tinkering and wrecking. I'm not min-maxing it, guys.
Right. Well, let's do Lorenzo Friedrich party. You see a similar sight in your bunker. You have the Saffron sort of hastily written instruction manual primer, sort of Sparkcraft primer.
Plus can kind of see what he's doing as well, so they can kind of at least see kind of a rough... not a copy, as
you stick Gus's head down into the control panel. Like...
Were you literally at the diner, you just took a napkin and you started, like, scratching it all down?
No, not in this moment. It's a bit hard. It's all instinct. This bit is a bit hard. This is for Saffron. It's just very much like in the zone. So it's not something you can really, write down. Step 1, step 2.
It's an art form, is it?
Friedrich says to Lorenzo, I'll handle this. Despite our less than perfect training by our older friend, I think this is a job for nimble fingers.
Indeed. Lorenzo will assist by trying to direct Friedrich, kind of surveying and scrutinizing these blueprints or rushed drawings.
Nice.
Without any stress incurred because of my foresight special ability. I've not used that in ages.
He's a spider,
Didn't know you
guys.
had it. Didn't know you had it.
Ideally, I want to roll finesse for this, but it's not just a job of being really careful, is it? It's actually a job of remembering the instructions and working a contraption I've never seen before. So I feel like I might be a bit jammy trying to say finesse.
You could do finesse, but it would be a limited effect, I guess.
Yeah, I could trade position for effect, couldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Do a Lorenzo. Oh my God.
You've got that ability where you can bypass when you're bypassing security and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know if this is security though, is it? This is the control panel.
No.
I wish. Do that. Sorry guys, my internet is being absolute shite and it's not even loading my character screen. So if
You sound all good.
well, that's to be honest, I think the issue is Roll20. I think Roll20 just does not work with poor bandwidth at all. Like Discord is fine. But I can't even just load my character sheet right now. It's just jamming up.
Let me check for you. You wanna look at your.
I basically just want to roll finesse, but swapping position for effect.
Okay, I can do that for you. Risky. This is risky standard then. And then Lorenzo, you're assisting, right?
Yeah.
+1 die. Well, there's a 6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Now that's what you call a specialist skill.
Yeah.
Whittle, whittle, waddle, whittle, waddle, whittle, waddle, whittle, waddle.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, I would have liked that.
So with some deft fingers.
Well, I think
and...
there was some DM lore that implied that my ability had been nerfed to ensure that the heathens over there could achieve it. So let's not get too excited by the results here, shall we?
A safe is a safe. Is a safe.
So you all experience as you switch on this panel these spark and Sparkcraft is like the really good quality shit. Electroplasm comes from like crushed up souls, but the Sparkcraft comes from the Leviathan blood, from the Leviathans. This is the proper good stuff, super high output energy, so fuels a lot of the more modern contraptions. So as you switch it on,
wheelchairs.
the room exactly. I mean, the room comes on with like lighting, switch flickers on, and the panels start to crackle, and you hear this screech as this huge cog shifts against the rust that has built up over centuries and starts to creak into motion. And these massive chain links start to move slowly past your heads. And some sort of noise comes from the control panel. And I don't know if people who live in Duskfall would know what a alarm sounds like. But it's a repetitive noise which doesn't sound very good, emanating from the control panel.
We don't know. We've set off a few alarms, haven't we already, like in the museum and stuff? Way more silent alarms.
I think they were. Yeah, they were more like. Yeah, I guess so. I get they were like Sparkcraft security systems. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Our characters might not be super familiar with like common electrical alarm sounds in our world, but can you describe the sound? Is it like a siren or a klaxon or just a repeated beep? Like
It's a fire alarm that needs batteries changing.
I'd like to hear your best
every
wee-woo
every
now,
10
Mr.
minutes.
Temple.
Please wee woo for us now.
I think it's
A goose honking.
a goose honking.
sounds rather like a duck.
Honk. Honk.
It's a
Duck assassin or
Honk.
it's a duck in the dark.
There's a duck in the dark.
Yeah, I think you have heard alarms. You were in the museum, but I think this has a much more of a Mikey. I'm thinking of like in the hatch in Lost when they don't push
Yeah.
the buttons.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that's an awful noise.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's terrible. It's scary.
yeah.
It's scary.
And the
Scary.
lightning towers are obviously like all connected, but you don't actually know how intricate this lightning tower system is. But you have done what you've come here to do. The chains are beginning. This chain that exists is beginning to get pulled taut by either side of the bay.
Yeah, we didn't think about. We didn't think about the next steps, right? With the who would have been guarding the lighthouse, like blue coats or like Billhooks? Probably it's probably Billhooks because it's not really their domain, actually, is it?
No, not the billhooks. It'll be like standard. It would just be like private guards that are hired by the.
One thing
city.
we've not thought about is I think we might have even mentioned it or something. It's like all well and good raising the chains, but I mean, this doesn't really help either side really. Obviously, how do we? The Billhooks could just fucking go. Well, we'll just turn them back off again. Like we need to obviously either enforce these areas ourselves, or at least fucking cover up our tracks and fucking put up the secret wall, if you know what I mean. So which again, Saffron's wrecking skills allows at least a modicum of concealing the damage being done, but it obviously doesn't help the other team. So
You can always destroy the panel after you've raised it.
Ooh.
I was going to suggest that. Is it like in Star Wars when you shoot the panel next to the blast
It
door
always
and it
works.
raises?
Yeah.
Could Saffron do something? Could I do something a bit cleverer and like deactivate it only a way I would know how to reactivate it, or to disable it in a way that is disabled by pretty much any mere mortal, but if needed to come re-access, Saffron could. Not again that helps the other panel, but
Yeah,
You could-
that'd be quite a hard roll, but I would allow it.
great.
You could take out a key component.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Something like that. Some kind of. Let's do it. Using my fine tinkering tools. How much is pushing yourself again? Was that how much is that?
2 stress for +1
Two.
dice.
Darn it. I mean, I guess I'm glad I pushed myself last, but I have left myself with no stress left. So that's fine. Tinker time. Here we go. Well, fuck it. If it doesn't work, we'll destroy the panel. So this is it's an attempt. Position.
Well, how much do you want? I mean, the consequences is if you fail, you either do destroy it, so basically you can't lower the chains again.
That's fine. No, we need to be able to lower the chains, don't we? This is quite important, actually. At some point, we do want stuff to flow. So this is actually fuck. This is quite important.
If they don't lower, this is an act of terrorism. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is actually more important than I thought it was. I only have 2 stress left, so I'm trying to think how ways to maximise my success here. Sounds like a devil's bargain to me. Because actually, it's absolutely essential. We need to be able to lower this once we've done this. So we can't just destroy both panels and go fuck it. We need to have a way to once we've got control. Okay.
Devil's bargain.
So I can't. I can't. I would just push myself, but obviously I'm trying. This roll needs to happen, so I'm trying to do everything I can to do this.
Yeah.
Man, I should have more points than Tinker.
Oh, I can't think of a Devil's Bargain. Anyone think of one?
So you're trying to just
Yeah, like
wreck it temporarily.
Tinker with it, disable it in a way that, like, again, yes, a very skilled top Spark technician probably could, but being that would probably only be people from the Sparkcraft Guild, we're going to get them on side to do it. So the Billhooks won't be able to do shit with it, basically.
I've got one.
Okay.
How about you know which component to take out of it to render it useless, but the chief engineer will know exactly it's gone, and then maybe it has a tracker in, or something like that.
I'm not too worried about Sparkcraft Guild.
They know you've done it, basically.
I'm not worried because we're going to get the Sparkcraft Guild on side. They're really the ones who could fuck around. We're going to bring them on side and have them involved. So it's the Billhooks. If they can access the site again, they need to not be able to do anything.
Okay, here's the Devil's Bargain. You can do it, but the bit you have to take is just quite big, and it's gonna.
Okay.
You've got to carry this thing around with you. It's
not
easy
to carry it.
It's
the wheelchair. I can strap it to the wheelchair.
It's not easy to conceal. Like whoever sees you will be like, "You've got the thing that we need."
Yeah, fine.
Well,
cool.
We are smugglers, guys.
That's
what
true.
we do.
We want bread for this stuff.
And Silas is going to flash back that we've got the damn Dodger right around the corner anyway, so that's fine. Aren't you, Silas? Yep. So we're good. Okay. Cool. How do you Devil's Bargain again? Just get +1.
+1 dice. Yeah.
And position?
This is risky. Risky standard.
It sure is.
Trading.
God, if only you
standards.
Tinker.
I have 2 pips.
You can't make it safer. The rules don't go that way.
Only 2 pips in Tinker.
Look, I've got.
I thought you'd have at least 3.
No, because I'm Reccaster, and I have to have fucking finesse. I could do shit. Yes, I probably have less in finesse, but that would still put me in 1 Tinker or 1 Rec. I'm a multi-tool, guys. You know, jack of all trades. So risky,
really
but I
wanted
think
to be able to blow those darts.
I did. Well, that was anyway. Fuck it. If you can trade position for effect, you can't trade effect for position. So I don't want to get desperate on this, basically. Fine. Risky, standard. That's fine. Okay.
Why would you want
Bonus
limited
die.
effect but control position? Is that I want to do it worse but be safe.
True. Bonus die 1. Oh man.
And the bargain.
Yeah, that's the +1. I wish I could push myself as well, but I can't.
Have you gone into a critical score with no stress available again?
I used a flashback to fucking give those guys the fucking stuff they needed to get their stuff done, and I did a push myself on the last roll as well, which I should have probably saved myself for that. If I think about it.
Oh, thank God.
Hey.
You guys,
Cool.
you guys getting loads of 6s.
I got a snake, guys. Admittedly on a very low stakes roll, but still.
All right, nice. You've taken out the maybe you've taken out like the
Gone
power,
flab blob,
like
mate.
maybe you've taken out like the
Power
Sparkcraft
coupler.
core. Like the I can't hear you.
What's cool about it, I guess, because it's so old, there's no replicas. You can't
yeah.
new Sparkcraft cores that work. It's really only these.
It's USB A.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No
that
one's
was.
got knows why. You know, as soon as you get new USB cables, your old ones just vanish. It's just literally just magically they're not in the house anymore. It's that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
And it's lashed to the back of the wheelchair. It's glowing, like pulsating. Green effervescent
Power
light.
core.
Yeah. Nothing to see here.
All right, nice. And since we've only got 8 minutes left, basically, the events that follow, you exit the lightning towers, probably the way you came in. The people in the Spark grounds, are no longer looking at the acrobats because they are looking all at this huge chain that is lifting from the black water between the lightning towers in this huge mechanical groaning noise as it appears. And the lightning towers that are holding the chain look like they're going into like overdrive, like they're sparking like crazy. And also you guys as well, like the people at the lighthouse are obviously like distracted as well, and probably start running towards it as you guys like slip away.
Nice. I
will say for free, without like costing a flashback, that you have the Damned Dodger available, so you can regroup in the bay or on one of the, away from the island.
Can we just do one of those? Can we just sit and just sip and never mind the moments? We just chill and see our grand work come into play. Nice little just moment of calm.
You prepared the martinis already on
exactly.
on the
Friedrich's
Dodger
martini
bar.
Yeah, it's the end of Tomorrow Never Dies. It's you and Wei Lin on the life raft.
Okay.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
she's so hot.
And just Gus just staring.
And Margaret Vale is like trying to search for you on the Foghound, and you're like, I don't think I will. Yep.
Yeah, then you put the like aluminium emergency blanket over you so that you can't be seen on the scanner.
That's it.
While you have sex in a boat.
All of us apparently together.
Cut to
But that's
credits.
fine. We've got pretty close.
Damned Emporium orgy. Did not see what this one happening.
Except none of that happens because these alarms are still blaring. And,
Oh, no!
And on the outside of the lightning towers, it's
Shit.
literal like that lost hatch noise, but it's almost like foghorns, like
Christ.
warning sounds coming from both lightning towers. This very odd noise that's never been heard before in hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And I think it is probably a good thing that Margaret Vale comes with the Foghound to come and pick you up proper, because there are multiple ships and boats heading into the bay, crewed by what's left of the Billhooks, led by Erin Cassidy herself, as she suspects the only people brave, daring enough, and bold enough to do such a thing are her now mortal enemies, the Damned Emporium. And she will kill them this day, or she will die herself.
Amazing.
And on that bombshell,
And we will go straight into part 2 of the score, the Battle of North Hook Bay.
Not even one downtime for Lorenzo to heal a little bit.
No, sir?
it's fine. I've got my new sharpshooter ability where I can unleash a barrage of.
Week to nap in the tower or something.
I'll
have that aluminium foil over me.
I'm just the best idea. So are you planning for like the next session to be the next score, which is the big battle, to be kind of pretty much like the finale, followed up probably by at least one wrap-up session, I guess, or that kind of your feeling?
Well, this score might even be a 3-parter.
Whoa. Heck.
I've had a really fun thing to help wrap things up in the next.
I have also had a really fun thing.
Well, this is very tiny. It's a bit tiny compared to what you're planning.
Okay.
A fun little nugget, something I could do that would be very
ditty.
fitting and very anyway. See what
Well, I will DM you a thing, my idea.
Okay.
And let you know.
Yes.
But yes.
This will be going straight because we're not. I mean, I'm sure anyway, do we? But I'm trying to think. We just go. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I guess that's what that. Yes, it is. It is the being low on stress and stuff. That is more the thing that's a bit like would be nice to have. No, little bit of a heal, little bit of a stress removal.
I mean, why would you have one?
I mean, we could just duck. I mean, we don't have to go into combat. We could duck back into the Emporium for a quick little puff. I mean, Saffron could easily on the fog go and find a little corner to puff away and indulge his vice pretty easily.
Look, if we
Rules
just go-
light, which I believe when I looked up rules light means rules as I would like them to be.
Exactly.
Look, we
rules
can just
rules I
always
like.
do what you want with no cost.
if we just go to the Emporium and keep doing free time, and then we just never finish the campaign. Brilliant.
Okay.
Keep it going.
Nailed it.
DM, do you think there's time for a short rest?
It is a big
How,
pet peeve of
how
mine.
far away are the boats?
How much time do we have?
That peeve of you is it that if you spend all your resources, they're gone?
No,
I
we're
don't-
not when you have a big encounter, and then usually there's a nice little rhythm of encounter bid, and it's like no fucking 3 encounters, and you're like, but
Variety is the spice of life.
And if Saffron is nothing but liking spices, so you know.
Look,
you know-
I don't have a.
You know, my favourite thing to do is to make sure someone at least dies at the end of a campaign.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Someone's gonna die. I remember Edu turning into a fucking demon and killing other people and himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Daryl died as well several times.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the start. That was the start of the campaign, the middle of the campaign, the end of the campaign.
Yeah.
Before the campaign even started, sometimes.
Campaign is about right.
Session 0, I think he died once, didn't he? In the.
You always measure how far you are in a campaign by how many characters there are killed.
Yeah. How many like world trips he takes during the campaign as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Stints. Cool. Well, either way, next time, the war between yourselves and the Billhooks will be resolved. But they are a pawn on the board. They are not the
True.
king.
Ah, yes. The North.
So we shall see. We shall see.
Love it. Amazing stuff. It's very cool to have a result that's like very visual. You know what I mean? Seeing
Yeah.
that actual.
Yeah.
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 Maybe you can take up a load, tick off a load, and it's like a stim, a pack of stims, maybe some adrenaline
interesting.
shots that you can heal some stress.
I'll do that.
But you take a harm.
I'll do
or
that
something.
immediately.
Take a harm.
Before you change your mind.
Well, maybe
Actually-
it's like you heal stress, but you take a harm like after
Overdose.
a few rolls, maybe, I don't know.
Oh, forget. We've got 2 stress left. And as well as if campaign can end, I can afford a few traumas.
Stress is a bonus, by the way. It's not a. You don't need it to live.
Well, you do when you haven't min maxed your character, so the things you need to do don't actually have that many dice behind them.
You've done your part. You can. You can let Silas and Lorenzo now start doing violence.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
You can
That's the
build
thing
me
that they do.
You can build me a tripod for my sniper rifle.
Will do.
Easy peasy, mate.
Beautiful.
Just from spare parts of the Foghound alone.
Nice. Put some
Nice.
warp stone in it.
Hell yeah! Now we're talking.
And a
Let's
pavat.
do a Sigma or fantasy campaign and let me play a Skaven.
I would at
Yes,
some
yes.
point like to play Wooferup. I've never played Wooferup. It will be very silly.
Wolfrup.
I think that's on the long-term agenda, surely.
War for the
Warhammer
fun of
fantasy
it.
roleplay.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's my
that's-
second vote.
Yeah, Soulbound don't have a chaos book yet. Annoyingly, so no Skaven for Soulbound.
Is it official Warhammer?
I mean,
Tabletop.
like, Skaven would be so fun to do for one session.
Yeah, the voices get
It
pretty
would be,
annoying.
and it would be, and I mean that, it would be so fun. But there's like, can you imagine, like, 6 months?
Just
of
screaming,
everyone
"Hello, everyone!"
being like, yes, yes, like, my god.
You get
The
to
problem is
work
it wouldn't work anyway because an all Skaven party would kill each other within
Yeah.
a maximum of 3 sessions.
You get to work the next morning. You're like, good morning. Yes.
That'd be cool though, because one of you could be like the leader,
Keep it right.
and then you'd all try and kill that leader, and then the next guy would get to be the leader, and then you'll try and kill that one.
Reroll a
Yeah.
character.
It would be quite a beautifully sort of self-limited short campaign. If the leader of the party needs to be killed by another member of the party every session.
Yeah.
What was it
after
called?
every
Which one was it?
opportunity.
Just Warhammer Fantasy
It's
Roleplay?
Warhammer
or-
Fantasy Roleplay. It's
Cool.
it's published by the same people as the
Or
other
publisher.
Warhammer ones. Cubicle
Yeah.
7.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
off
guys.
to the plenty. Lovely stuff. Francis, good to talk to
Yeah.
you.
Nice.
Cracking chains, boys.
Bracken
Yeah.
chains.
Good sesh. Great sesh.
Yeah.
Super sesh.
GG's.
I'm so happy with Friedrich's fucking paragliding to top of the.
That was really
I'm
cool.
so proud. That's something I would have done back in the old characters. So I'm
That was really
proud.
cool.
His finest hour.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Alright.
Later,
Cheers.
guys.
Thanks,
See you
everybody.
Peace out, nerds.